What's going on, Jackpad? It's your boy, the Wrestler. Yes, that is in fact a vlogging wrestler. I also happen to be the best TikToker in all of independent, in all of professional wrestling, dare I say. Jack Tomlinson here, Wrestling with Entertainment. Super excited to be here. Super glad to be here. Hope you're ready for an awesome podcast.
Hello, and welcome to the show with Wrestling with Entertainment, bringing you the latest exclusive news, previewing and reviewing the latest shows from WWE, AEW, New Japan, and everything in between every Saturday, and interviewing all your favorite wrestlers on Wednesday on YouTube and Castbox, sponsored by World Energy and Player One Coffee. The one, the first, the only audio experience on the web today. I am, of course, your host, that guy, James J., alongside the leader of Squash Squad, Caligarias.
Man, James sounds way more manly than me now. Shit, I need to get my surgery too. Shit.
Alright, so obviously you agree with Scooter.
Yeah, I mean, shit. Hey man, I wish I had that. Cause I can see you going, shut the fuck up. That's what I want to hear. Could you just say that one time?
Shut the fuck up.
Yes, yeah.
And the American.
You can hear every syllable.
And the American Scooter does.
Yeah. My new album, Songs of the Anus, drops next week. Pre-order now and get 2 bonus tracks, Christy the Snow Twat and the Dingleberry Boogie.
And of course, we are back after 3 weeks away, mostly because, as you can tell, I've had some health issues that's kept me from the show. But
And I had syphilis.
Yes, you had that. And but we're back now, and I highly doubt we're going anywhere anytime soon, unless there's a cataclysm, and we'll still do the show.
Cataclysm.
That being said, there was one remix between during all this, and I would like to give a shout out to Ryan Dust for
Okay. James, I love you for it. Please. 1 syllable.
Ryan Dust.
Ryan Dust. Because Dust is not our last name. We don't have a space in between. I'm sorry, that bugs me. I'm a grammar Nazi. Plus, I had syphilis.
How about
I had grammar. Yes.
Shout out to Ryan Dust for kind of taking the reins while I was gone and being the new permanent third member of the Remix.
Yes.
That being said, it was a interviews wise, things have never been better. We had Jack Tomlinson on the show last week, and what an interview that was, Scooter. No?
Oh, it absolutely was, both at a personal and a professional level. You should be hearing my custom intro that I did for Jack during our time off in his upcoming vlogs soon. Probably not in the next 1 or 2, because those are based on exploits prior to him becoming the new VPW champion.
Absolutely. And this upcoming Wednesday, we got the Human Monster Truck Perry Von Vicious on the show. Incredible interview.
Yes.
And just go listen to it on Wednesday. No spoilers. Perry is a really interesting guy. A lot of great stories, a lot of new details, and maybe a story or two you have heard from other people, but from Perry's perspective.
It was almost like I wasn't even there.
Yeah.
Wink.
That being said, doing research for the show this week, and first and foremost, our condolences to Dave Hefner and Tim White for passing away earlier this week.
Condolences to their families.
Yes, condolences to their families. Dude, seriously?
Yeah. Oh God. Timmy White. Oh man. God. I honestly, the only thing I can really say about Dave Hebner, he's the only twin referee in the history of the WWE, infamous for his uh in being involved when Andre won the title from Hogan and then sold it to DiBiase. That's when we saw two Hebners on the screen for the first time. Um, and of course, Dave was not the one who sold merch out of his trunk. And of course, Tim White, who also ran with Andre the Giant. If you ever get a chance to watch the HBO documentary about Andre the Giant, he features a lot in it because he was Andre's road partner for a lot of Andre's career.
Up till the end of his life.
Yeah, but literally. And then for the new, the newer generation, you know him as the man. Oh God, I can't believe I'm saying this. The referee who could never succeed at suicide.
That's a very unwise
After,
decision, Mr. White.
yeah. I mean, if we had known being in the Hell in a Cell with Undertaker and Randy Orton would have been so traumatizing.
Oh yeah, that was
I
Jericho
mean,
and no, that was Jericho and Triple H, my friend.
What? No, that was 2005, 2006.
The one where Tim White retired.
No, the angles where Tim White kept trying to kill himself.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's why I said the referee who never succeeded at suicide. And
Right.
Josh Matthews would always end up splattered in blood.
But,
And they said, "Oh, it's ketchup." It was fun times, but they will. They're roughing up the HWF, Heaven's Wrestling Federation.
Rico, anything you want to say about two legendary referees?
I mean, it's one of them times where Hebner I get because the famous Hebner twins. It's just nice to see like an outpouring of support for the rest because those dudes are unsung heroes and gals, guys and gals. Let me be PC here, but those are unsung heroes, and sometimes they are one of the integral parts of the show that we kind of don't seem to appreciate. So, um, rest in power to Tim White, and Hebner, and condolences to the family. And only the wrestling community can like make everybody kind of feel like important. So that's the one thing I do like about this community.
The interesting thing here is WWE did a memoriam title card for Tim White, not for Dave Hebner though. But Dave Hebner was done more appropriately by Impact due to Brian Hebner retiring. And there's so much we can get into with Impact alone, and I never thought I'd say that.
Right.
Yeah, there's so much to cover, so little time. Wait, strike that.
Really
Reverse. No,
quickly,
never mind.
thoughts
Yeah.
and prayers go out to the friends and family of both Dave Hebner and Tim White. Alright, so I was doing research for this show, and No, things happen since we've been off. Fail. So we might want to
Was
solve this one.
that sarcasm? Is that sarcasm I detect?
Yes.
Ah,
Vince
yes.
Vincent Kennedy McMahon in another affair of sorts.
Another brilliant fucking move from Vince. Jesus.
Paying an assistant, or I don't know exactly who it
Yeah,
was that he was having an affair with.
a paralegal.
A
A
paralegal.
paralegal.
A paralegal that he was having obviously an affair with. She got fired. He gave her some sus money. We're not sure if it's WWE money and whether or not Vince will still be the chairman of World Wrestling Entertainment after all of this. Scooter.
The prevalent rumor is that it was out of his own personal pocketbook. The question is, when did this happen? And
2001.
is Vince 2010?
One.
So,
No. 2021. Last year.
no, I mean, when did the actual affair take place?
21, I believe. Last year.
No, that can't be right because they just uncovered it. When I damn it.
Just know this: it was one of Johnny Ace's terms there, because it seems like he's been fired or rehired 88 times.
Yeah. I mean, and this seems like it was before Laurinaitis married the Bella's mother. This is. I think it was the fact that it was uncovered. I don't know if there's an actual date to the affair. But Vince is now part of the Me Too movement.
Wasn't he in the Me Too movement back in like 2001?
God.
Will this harm Vince McMahon in any way? Yes or no?
Honestly, it should. It really should. But only somebody with the ego the size of Vince has the balls to just come out on TV and say something and just troll the goddamn crowd in light of being investigated by his own board of directors and possibly the SEC.
It seems like if they wasn't PG, he would have dropped his pants down and showed his ass to the crowd. But Kaliko.
Right? Yeah. Go. Let's go to Kaliko.
Kaliko, your dogs.
I mean, this dude gangster. I swear to God, he is so good. For people who be like, Vince is weak and he's a shield, nah, that mother gangsta. He came out, and then did you see the picture of him with the meme? Everybody making the meme when he's falling down the stairs. That was a trip. But yeah, nah, at least he used his own money. I mean, I give him that much. Most motherfuckers just use the corporate fund. At least he was like, fuck it, I'll write the check. So I mean, if it's true, because we gotta kind of, in light of the Johnny Amber case, you kind of gotta wait for the facts to come out now.
I mean, Linda hasn't taken a crap in the bed yet. Well, this is not the first time Vince has been disloyal to Linda.
Oh yeah, he made it a storyline. Remember with Trish Stratus and Jesus.
This is also continuing to tank the stock which has dropped to about $58 from somewhere around 67, 69 when the story broke in. The stock may be bottoming out because of this. Estimated money as of my source estimated that they've lost. This was reported yesterday morning. Close to $500 million so far.
I mean, they could do without. They make $1 each year. That seems like it's chump change at this point.
$500 million.
It's chump change.
It's not chump change to the shareholders, I'll tell you that.
We're dealing in millions at this point.
The fact is, I think this is the real reason why Stephanie took a sabbatical.
You get ready for this?
I think they knew about this a while ago, and I think the board of directors strategically said that they were investigating Vince so that, but yet allowing him to still retain creative. Motherfucker still has creative role.
Yes, he still got creative role. That's gangster. He's like, I'll step aside, but bitch, I'm still making these shots so we get this title. That's gangster. I told you, gangster.
Vince has. I expect Vince to come out on Raw on Monday, just pick up a microphone and go, "You mad, bro?" This is like.
What if Triple H was the one that leaked it? Think that through. What if Triple H leaked it? Like an episode of Power type shit, because the rumor is he's back at NXT.
Yes.
Yes, that is the rumor as well. Bruce Pritchard has gotten a promotion again.
Possibly a demotion in his eyes.
Yeah, but the fact that Stephanie took a sabbatical and then gets put in as interim CEO, that's what we call a figurehead. Power in name only.
For all we know, this could be the reason Triple H had a heart attack. I mean, maybe he walked in on them, and the visible was just too much for him, and go to the doctor.
Jeez.
So you saying Triple H was like an 8-year-old kid walking in on parents and
It's like the scene from The Simpsons where Bart with his Bob just So Vince having sex leads to Triple H's heart defect.
Yes.
Yeah, screw DNA. That's the power Vince has. The man has power to change your motherfucking DNA.
And then go on the show and say, we're in this together.
Like, fuck no! We ain't in this together. We don't even know you, bitch. Stop! Oh my God. Oh.
Let's change subjects.
Got it.
Triple H getting back into NXT. Could this mean that NXT gets better from this point on? Scooter.
No, because he's not really in charge of NXT. Who the hell did they put? Sean still has control of it. Pritchard's not going to listen to Triple H. He'll listen to Conrad before he listens to Triple H. I mean, I would love it if Triple H, came back to running NXT and said, "Get this rainbow shit out of here." In July, though. In July, it's Pride Month. No reason to take it down before then.
Of course.
It's like wrestling is going through puberty and fans don't know how to react.
NXT is?
Wrestling in general, because everything is a chain reaction from that.
True.
It's like, I hope Triple H gets more creative control.
You see that happening, Kaliko?
I mean, it only can go up from here, right? That's the ultimate. Like, NXT has been like,
that's what Vince
not due to the wrestlers, but it's just due to the management, man. It can only go up from here.
That's where I can do it. Okay?
Of course. But let's see what it does. See, he said, let's see where we can take it from. Even my kid is like, let's see where we can go from here.
Well, definitely seeing where they could go from here. Impact Wrestling. It feels like we only talk about them twice a year. And it's for Slammiversary and Bound for Glory. And unfortunately, we won't have time to do a deep dive of Slammiversary. Scooter, can you tell us what you thought of the show?
I mean, the Impact Originals, triumphing, Eddie Edwards, who returned, was it Davey Richards? Davey Richards. The fact that you had AJ Styles and Sting show up, in video packages.
Right.
So if you really want to get technical, Impact has done the impossible, and that's have a current AEW and WWE superstar on their show at the same time.
They also
Kurt
had
Angle as well.
New Japan, MLW. I mean, this was a tenth of every single promotion.
Yeah, they had some enhancement talent from the late '80s in that reverse battle royal.
No, right?
It looked like it was fun.
Right, it was their 20-year anniversary as well. The reason why they did everything that they did for this show. I mean, we didn't get that new face surprise that we've gotten in the last 2-3 years. But they put on a quality product that people enjoy, and as long as you're doing that, you're doing all right. No.
Absolutely.
What say you, Kaliko?
I swear we killed TNA like a million times. TNA is Jason Voorhees of wrestling. Just call it what it is. I mean, kudos to them staying alive this long because you never want to see people lose their jobs, obviously. But damn, boy, they've been through it. It's they're like the scorned woman in the Medea's characters. I swear to God, they just take it and keep going.
And you realize that Impact has outlasted WCW.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Impact is bigger than Ring of Honor. Think that's true at this point.
Yeah. I mean, they've had TV. Well, you know, Ring of Honor struggled to get on TV channels. So,
I mean, when it was on TV in my market, I had a DVR. I had Ring of Honor DVR, and now New Japan is apparently back on American television now too.
it comes on after Impact.
Yep.
Yeah. So you know what? Impact Wrestling doing their thing. It's fantastic.
So are we gonna get that Impact Wrestling intro like WWF? Impact Wrestling for over 20 years, a global force in sports entertainment.
The local force in sports entertainment.
Remember when they used to Global Force Wrestling? I swear.
They create promotions just so they can say they took them off.
Yeah. You don't say everything they did was good, but there is a lot of good shit that they did.
You should be dribbling. 3, 4, 5.
This has been Basketball with Kaliko.
Oh, yes. He's got a game tomorrow, so y'all root for him. He's going to be more like Brian Scalabrine than Kobe Bryant, but we'll give it a shot.
Well, since we've been off, pro wrestlers have been riddled with injuries. No, not Austin Theory. We got Jeff Hardy, Tomohiro Ishii, Bryan Danielson, Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish, Rhea Ripley, Jack Evans, Cody Rhodes, Buddy Matthews, the Bunny, and Randy Orton have all been injured to some degree all this month, June. What the hell is going on, Scooter?
Yeah, Randy was injured back in May.
All right, well, in May, but
this it's like an injury pandemic. Honestly, I'm not surprised. A majority of these are AEW.
Which is a little funny because they only wrestle once a week. While WWE talent does live events.
Well, it's.
But I think that speaks more about how they, because AEW makes every match seem like.
Oh, and
yeah. 10 stars in the Tokyo Dome.
Right, but then, and that has a cost because they're trying to make every match that 88-star match. And then, as much as we complain about WWE having the same matchups over and over, it's because they're comfortable with each other and they can trust each other when it comes to certain moves and segments. Vice AEW, it's kind of a mix. So you're getting different styles and different ways of people handling things, and it's a bigger trust. It's a bigger trust, not a bigger trust gap, but you know what I mean? Like it's
the what AEW seems to lack, what Tony Khan has not realized yet, is that who is on the card is just as important, if not less than, where they are on the card. There should be a structure to match placement on a card. It should. You start with one. You start with a good one. You mellow out into the middle. You go down, and then you go back up after the halfway point, and it's an upside down bell curve, basically, because no wrestling company will ever escalate where, oh, the next match was better than the previous match. That'll never happen. Can't happen. Logical impossibility. But there is the order of matches should play a factor in AEW's booking, and Tony Khan is basically just saying, go out and give 110% every night, and that's gonna, that's gonna make some people shine, but their candles will have shined bright, but brief.
You think this is Tony
plus, you forget the fact. You would think that AEW being that deep, they would like use more of the talent than being so top heavy. And not to mention the CM Punk. I don't think we mentioned CM Punk. That as soon as he gets the belt, his foot is fucked.
Right.
So I mean, it just it's sad because most of it is AEW. Cody's an anomaly because it's of his own doing while he was working out.
Yeah, and I'll say this: while reports were that it wasn't makeup, there was some makeup on Cody. There was some on that wound, on that bruising. Let's get that clear.
Makeup or not, it was still very gross.
Oh, it absolutely was, and I think they wanted to play that up.
Oh yeah, why not?
Also, shout out to Randy Orton because he was still bopping as he was injured when Bianca came out. I saw that video. That was dope. Like, fuck that. I'm still bopping to Bianca, baby.
But you made an interesting point, Scooter, saying that this might be Tony Khan's fault of telling his talent to go maybe too hard. But Daniel Bryan, it's one of those type of people to give 110%, 110%, and reckless abandon of his body, that caused him to miss a couple of years of his career in WWE. So some of these guys maybe don't know any better, but to goes balls to the walls. No.
If not, then they shouldn't be wrestling at all. Quite honestly, I mean,
The whole purpose of pro wrestling is to make it look like you killed somebody, but not actually murdering that person.
I'm honestly surprised no one's career has ended yet in AEW. And no, anybody listening, don't go for that obvious. If you do, I will find you and I will kick the shit out of you. I know what you're all thinking. Somebody who's already prone to injury is either going to get hurt or possibly. And I'm knocking on wood for this. Somebody may die in an AEW ring, and that's absolutely scary. Absolutely scary. You know what? I'll bring up somebody who's not injured anymore. I'll bring up Mox. Who, when he went to rehab, his psychiatrist said, you know, you should probably retire and get out of that environment. Mox clearly disregarded that advice, and God bless him. I love him for his commitment to his sobriety. You know, but he's involved in the bloodiest feud in pro wrestling at this point, and him going up against Tanahashi is Moxley is gonna he'll go 200% because it's Tanahashi.
Oh, for sure.
But I got a question though. Wouldn't you think it's the culture though? Because a lot of the dudes that are there are not even taking advice from the old heads. So it's almost like the old dudes can't tell the new dudes shit anyway.
Yeah, no, they're not listening to the voices of generations past, basically.
Which is a kind of a shame, all things considering, having all those legends with all of that knowledge, and it's kind of just going to waste.
I mean, the only people that are listening are the ass boys.
I mean, wasn't that the reason they brought William Regal in?
I mean,
nope.
Willa Yuta is doing pretty good for himself right now.
Yeah, but I'm just saying it's like kind of being like the guy who can kind of set it straight. Because if Jericho's there, he ain't set it straight. Henry's there, he ain't set it straight. Christian Cage is there, he ain't set it straight. Punk's there, he ain't set it straight. Daniels, there's a whole plethora of generation of wrestlers who know the lingo.
Daniel Bryan might be a part of the problem, not the solution here.
Right. You see my point?
Right. Well,
kind of like, oh yeah, I know he cusses in rap at school, but just let him keep doing it, baby.
Yeah, it's the culture of wanting an alternative to the only thing we had, and basically saying, well, this is your alternative. You don't like it? Tough. We're gonna bleed all over the place and batter ourselves for your entertainment, and you know what? Fuck you if we injure ourselves. It's your fault.
hopefully, something changes in AEW that
their health insurance.
Yeah. And you know, people start working smarter, not harder. Somebody that is on the injured list still, Paige. She has left WWE earlier this week. Um, what is in the future for Paige, Scooter?
Oh, do I make a joke? Do I make a joke? Do I make a joke? Hmm.
Keep it classy, my friend.
A sequel with Brad Maddox? Sorry, that was as PG as I could keep it, and I've said fuck at least 6 times already.
Alright, fair enough.
Uh,
I appreciate your constraint.
um, does I feel like I get the feeling that Paige wants to be involved with wrestling, but I don't think she wants. I don't. I don't think her heart is in it anymore.
Hmm. How so?
I mean, she was apparently cleared to come back for the WWE. The WWE just wouldn't let her.
Oh, so she's able to get back in the ring if she wants to.
Yes.
Hmm.
But I don't think her heart's in it as a competitor. I think she wants to be more on the business side,
Just in
and I believe she stated that actually. I think she said, "Oh, I'm a." She said in one tweet that I'm a businesswoman and something like that. But yeah, I expect somebody to one of the promotions to hire Paige as a. I mean, what the that would make her like aside. I mean, no, never mind. We've had the firsts. I mean, she could always go back. I mean, you know, let's go to Kaliko.
Kaliko, what are your thoughts on Paige maybe even starting her own promotion at this point? I mean, promoter is in her blood.
Yeah, it's in the family blood, but I think
Ooh,
because if she wanted to do it, she would have done it by now. I think she's just gonna take some time to get away from it all. Because I think even her being in the WWE, even though she was there and they didn't use her, it's just her being attached to the business. So I think she's just gonna take a full on rest and figure it out from there. But what I will say is, don't go to AEW, man. Because
Right.
I'm starting to see the trend that they're doing with the women who get there from AEW. They get there, they get a title shot, get their ass kicked, and
Not wrong about
and,
that.
and it's not that's not a really good formula, you know. So
Paige could take after her mother and start the first ever promotion for pregnant women.
oh god, I mean Rosemary already had hers, I think.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She had a while ago.
So that for her it's out the window. But
I mean, she really was. She was at Slammiversary.
She was, indeed. And she won the tag team titles with the woman that shot her would-be husband. So, good for her for forgiving her and all that good stuff. Um, what about Sasha Banks? They said that, if you believe rumor and innuendo, she's fired from WWE. Is she? And if she is, where does Sasha Banks go? Scooter.
In other news, water is wet. Um, if she is being let, if she is fired, it's either going to be she's never going to be let back, or it's gonna be, you know,
Don't
you
think
know,
that much, Noodle.
for 4 or 5 years until we see her in a WWE ring again. She goes to AEW. That that's probably gonna cause a lot of turmoil in the WWE's women's locker room,
I was thinking more of
because
a stardom for Sasha Banks.
Stardom was the other thing. I mean, a successful female wrestler building a career in Japan. That's something we really haven't seen. We've seen it plenty of times with the men.
Right.
But then again, Sasha was already great. So it's just,
I mean, I don't think it's too, one more of a craft per se. It's more of, wrestling people that understand your way of wrestling. Having those intense, strong style matches.
mm, yeah, but that's not the reason why Sasha took her ball and went home, though.
Creative.
Yeah. Eh, so at this point, you're in one of two camps. Either you admire Sasha for for sticking to her principles, or you think she's an absolute brat who's done this multiple times.
Right.
And I'm inclined to think she's really a bit of a brat. She bit the hand that fed her. Fed her. Yes, fed her. And like, a person can only return so much in a short time that isn't named Paul White.
This is correct. But let's say you, Kaliko.
Oh man. If Sasha's gone, she's too big to go anywhere else. I don't see her, cause if put it like this, she's like that's like LeBron James going to the ABA and
CBA.
or the CBA or you know what I mean or the NCAA. Like you're going to somewhere where you know you could clearly dominate.
The
And I don't
NHL.
think that's gonna WTA. I don't see it happening. I don't see her going anywhere. Uh, my issue with Sasha is that she took down Naomi with her.
Right.
That was always my biggest issue because Naomi, up until that point, literally had maybe one of the cleanest images as far as backstage is concerned. Like she tended to roll with the punches more so. And then one swoop it fucked her over. So that I'm more mad she fucked her that she didn't think of Naomi more so than anything. So that's why I think she's more on the bratty side because of the simple fact that she didn't put into consideration the person whose husband is with the company, whose you know what I mean, like
Right.
family is tied into it so much and it fucked her over too. So that's my biggest beef. But she ain't going nowhere. She's too big. She's too big to go. She's a Dolly Parton trying to go back to to her old stomping ground. That shit ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, so we can expect Sasha to have a cake mix on the shelves soon, just like Dolly. Uh,
Maybe.
Sasha Banks Boston cream pie. Um,
Damn.
I'm talking about the dessert. Get your mind out of the gutter. Crap. Oh, damn. Yeah. The other Tony Khan fires entire AEW women's roster to pay Sasha Banks, who is now the entire AEW women's roster.
I know she'll be the first AEW women's and damn TBS champion at the same time.
She'll wrestle imaginary opponents, or maybe she'll wrestle a Rock.
I mean, maybe she'll wrestle. Don't put her in with Thunder Rosa based on what's popping there.
There's nothing happening there. Just rumors.
Thunder. I mean, the rumored Thunder got the bad rep, but you know, she went to UC. She went to UC Irvine, not San Diego State. So I'm always gonna give her shit. Yeah.
Alright. Last bit of news. Booker T calls Adam Cole fat motherfucker.
Oh God. Oh Kaliko. Oh God. If you only heard, because I played it for James, and I'm wondering, should I play it, James?
You know what? Play it. So.
Now we've been getting a lot of endorsements.
Yes.
From we've got we've got one from Vince. We've got one from Jerry Lawler. We've got one from Triple H. We've got one from Ralph Wiggum.
Hey, this is Booker. And when I'm not...
Wait, no, wrong one.
Can you dig it?
No, not that one either. Crap. Screw it. I'll have to play this one.
Hey, this is Booker. And when I'm not calling in and calling fat motherfucker, I listen to Wrestling with Entertainment.
Thank you for that, Booker. But, what's this? Quickly, was this body shaming, or was this just out of Booker T giving his opinion on somebody he doesn't want to see get hurt, because maybe he does need maybe another pound or two on him?
I mean, he was. Yeah, it's because this is a meme that goes back to 2018. That he gained like 30 pounds after shoulder surgery.
Really?
And whatnot. I mean, the skinny guy who looks fat.
CM Punk.
I mean,
would you like to get to Kaliko?
Quite. Yeah. I mean, this is. No, that was a clip of the after what you were just hearing. This is. Yeah, you know what? Go to Kaliko. I hate body issues like this.
Kaliko.
Booker T just ready to shank somebody. Am I right? He's been to prison. If that's the one dude, if about that life was a thing, I think it would kind of be, he'd be top 10. So, so I let it be. But Adam Cole's always been a small guy, so it's not like, okay, he gets a little pudgy. Maybe, the dentist is giving him some good meals here and there. So, I mean, let him be.
All right. No,
Let him be. He can lose weight, it'll come off. I lost weight. It'll come off. Now, if it don't come off and he start looking like uh, Dax, then that's the problem.
all right. That'll conclude our coverage of the news this week. And we are wrestling with AEW New Japan Forbidden Door event. Say what you will about, well, it's tomorrow, so there's that. But say what you will about WWE, especially now. At least they gave us the whole fucking house, didn't they? Scooter? Did we lose Scooter?
Yes, they gave us the whole house.
Yes. There you go. Yes, we got
Yes. You're proud of yourself for coming up with that one, aren't you, JC?
Well, I was the only one that brought it up, so.
I mean, I can't wait for Forbidden Curtains, followed by Forbidden French Door, which should be good. Forbidden Awning. Forbidden Patio.
Mm-hmm.
Featuring the debut of Irish furniture wrestler Patio Furniture.
We talked a lot about this event in the weeks coming up. Was this the card we had expected? It doesn't seem that way, Kaliko, no?
Circumstances beyond their control and a ton of injuries. It's not the card that we wanted, but it's the card that we're getting. So, I mean,
it's not the card we deserve either.
This show literally puts the term "card subject to change" into practical application.
Well, I mean, we didn't get the full card until last week, so.
That's my point.
Yeah.
Card subject to change.
But the potential of two people showing up, while yes, being more add-ons from the WWE, could make this a very, very good event in terms of the actual matches.
Let's get into it. The buy-in pre-show. We got Max Caster with the Ass Boys, Austin Gunn and Colton Gunn, versus Team New Japan La Dojo. Yuya Uemura, Alex Coughlin, the Donkey Kong Country, and Kevin Knight. Who wins, Scooter?
Probably. This will probably set the tone for the night, so clearly AEW will win. Max Caster and the Ass Boys and my good friend Billy Ass.
Billy, go.
Dang, there you go. The mic. Jesus Christ. Um, I might need a cigarette because this is just gonna. Let's just pray. I don't even smoke,
You want a cigar? I got one.
but I'll take some cigars to pray that this card fulfills its maximum potential.
What about this Brian match? Who you got?
Brian.
What we have?
What?
What?
Oh, Brian, not Brian Calico.
Oh, bye.
Wow, I think that's the first time Calico has ever botched a word.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I am so horrible.
I completely understood James Calico, so hey, that was on you, man.
I'll take it, I guess.
Next on the app,
His-
boys,
his-
versus Team LA Dojo. You are your Mora, Alex Coughlin, the Donkey Kong Country, and Timberlake.
Take the second team. There we go.
There you
How
go.
about that?
So New Japan.
I mean, New Japan. We'll go. Keep going.
Zack Sabre Jr. versus TBA. I don't know TBA. I haven't seen him wrestle, but I've heard good things. What say you, Shooter?
Well, it's gonna be one of two people. It's either gonna be Cesaro, or more likely, it's going to be Johnny Gargano.
What are the odds that it's somebody that's actually on the AEW roster?
Slim to none and Slim just left town. Gargano is already in Chicago for a signing. He claims it's a coincidence. We all know that's bullshit. It's Gargano versus Zack Sabre Jr.
And who wins?
God. Gargano. You know what? TBA wins. Whoever Sabre's going up against will win.
What say you, Calico?
We know how Zack Sabre Jr. is with this 50-50 shit, so we're gonna go Zack Sabre Jr. because he'll win the first one and lose the second one. He always gets his one.
You're not wrong about that.
Everybody gets one.
But who
Call him 50-50.
is TBA?
It could be Sonny Kiss. I don't know. Shit.
I said, didn't I say that like the last time before we went off the where we took time off?
Jesus Christ, it could be anybody. I don't think it's gonna matter because Zack Sabre Jr. is gonna get the win. I'm gonna guess. Who the fuck is there that hasn't been there in a while?
And keep in mind, Tony kind of said it's a dream opponent.
Is somebody really dreaming about Zack Sabre Jr. and Gargano?
Could it be Jonathan Gresham?
Is Shane Strickland on the card?
No.
See, Keith Lee.
Keith Lee is injured.
Fucking Jeff Cobb.
Cobb's on the card.
Sonata. I know he's fucked up.
Yeah, but why bring in Sonata to face Zack Sabre Jr.? It's got to be somebody AEW.
Right.
Not true. Shit, they got Tony Storm and Thunder Rosa on the card. So shit.
Because New Japan doesn't have any female pro wrestlers. Yes, they're working with Stardom, but New Japan doesn't focus on female wrestling.
So think about it. Who is the person in New Japan that Daniel Bryan would fucking handpick that he actually respects as a wrestler?
Yoshihashi.
Oh
Kaliko.
my god. Oh my god. No.
Also,
Fuck
who are
no. There's
Yoshihashi?
you see how they didn't even bring Yoshihashi's ass on the plane. So that tells you everything you need to know about
Watch it be
Yoshihashi.
MJF.
Oh my god. That'd be hilarious.
Be Kazarian or some shit.
Let's get into the next match. Chris Jericho, Minoru Suzuki, and Sammy Guevara versus Eddie Kingston, Sota Uno, and Wheeler Yuta. Who wins?
Shoulda,
Scooter.
shoulda, that when this was announced, this seemed like this was just a really random partner for Kingston and Yuta. Quite honestly,
Yeah. And it just, what's stuck to the wall?
I mean, the fact that Guevara is back with Jericho,
Mm-hmm.
I think that's kind of pissed. You had him going on his own. You kind of had him doing well. You know what? This is. Yep, yeah, Kingston, Wheeler, Yuta, and Shota, and Blood and Guts will probably be won by Jericho and company. So
Kaliko, what say you?
I'm gonna go Jericho because every time I go against him in these little group shits, he always seems to come out on top.
I kind of feel like it has to be Jericho, Suzuki, and Guevara because we're going into Blood and Guts, and Kingston kind of needs to get his revenge from Double or Nothing. So it's not happening here. Alright, we got the Bullet Club, Hikuleo, El Phantasmo, and the Young Bucks versus Dudes with Attitude, Darby Allin, Sting, and Los Ingobernables de Japans, Shingo Takagi, and
oh god,
Marufuji Takagi.
oh, hold on, oh god, I'm choking.
I mean, I would choke on dudes with attitudes too. That just sounds like a Survivor Series name.
I
No.
really have no idea where that came from. It's
Mm,
just
mm,
on the
mm.
list.
It's how you butchered. That's Spanish.
El Fantasmo.
Los Ingobernables de Japones.
Fuck you, my throat hurts.
Oh
Los
my god.
Ingobernables
Okay, alright. Los Ingobernables de Japones. Alright, you gotta pass on that one. You know, I'm surprised the Bucks agreed to be so low on the card. I'm surprised Sting is so low on the card. I'm surprised Takagi is so low on this card.
Takahashi. He's with Darby Allin. Who you think is bigger?
Well, I think I have had a conversation about Hiromu in the supermarket before. So, yeah.
And that is the wrong answer. They just want to do they just want pictures of Darby standing next to Hikuleo and trying to get offense on him. That's it. Bullet Club wins.
Kaliko?
I'm gonna go dudes with attitude because if I'm not mistaken, yeah, the Bucks are Bullet Club, but are they really Bullet Club?
When you're Bullet Club for life.
But it seems like
When you're a bullet all the way.
You realize that
I'm
Adam
gonna
Cole
get.
literally fucking died and came back to life and is still a member of Bullet Club?
Ooh,
Adam Cole.
yeah. I mean, true, but I'm just gonna go with the attitudes. Sting's gonna
Yeah,
get his moment.
yeah.
He's fucking the oldest guy. It's like send off shit.
This is like this is like, if you really think about it, this is Sting's first match against a New Japan wrestler in 27 years.
Like since Muda, right?
No, oh crap! I forgot about the stupid tag team with Vampiro and Muda. God dang it! No, I was thinking Starrcade '95 against Sasaki.
Ah,
Back when it was Kensuke Sasaki, not Kensuke.
Kinsuke Kasake.
And then somehow the one man gang ended up with the U.S. title after that.
IWGP United States Championship match. Orange Cassidy versus Will Ospreay. Scooter?
This match is for the memes. Ospreay retains clearly.
Here we go.
Juice Robinson. I mean, Will Ospreay.
AEW Women's World Title match. Tony Storm versus Thunder Rosa.
Danger, Juice Robinson. Danger. Thunder Rosa, because after this, Tony Storm, she'll have only fans. But
It's fucking better. Kaliko.
Thunder Rosa has one too, so it's like the OnlyFans championship match. But
yeah, but
Tony
yeah,
retains in that. Tony retains in that category, but in the
has
ring,
Thunder Rosa bared her ass yet? Holy shit! I'm looking at the most recent post. God damn. Okay, I'm changing my mind. Tony Storm.
told you, Tony.
Oh, hot. Ooh.
uh,
Yeah. She is getting more daring.
she'll get there. But Thunder Rosa, because they have to make her the fighting champ, and they gotta kind of like get her off the heat with the rumor of that she mailed it in with Maria. So Thunder Rosa.
Winner take all 4-way for the IWGP. Winner take all triple threat tag team title match for the IWGP tag team championships and Ring of Honor tag team championships. FTR, Cash Wheeler and Dax Hardwood versus United Empire, Jeff Cobb and Guido Khan versus Roppongi Vice, Trent Beretta and Rocky Romero. How the fuck did Trent and Rocky get on this card? Scooter.
Uh, because Chuck Taylor is unavailable.
Pretty much.
My question is, yeah, I think he is. My question is, why aren't the God here?
Or literally anybody else that isn't Roppongi Vice.
I mean, was Roppongi Vice 2K, 3K, or whatever it was, a different combo?
Yes.
Yeah, Roppongi and Roppongi 3K, which was what? Show and Yo?
Yeah.
Show y'all.
I mean, these wrestling shows aren't consistent with who is faces and heels and all that good stuff. So I mean, you could literally put so and yo on this show as an MVGK, and literally nobody would tell the difference that they've been having a blood feud for the last year.
Well, I love that great Irish wrestler, Great Khan. This is. Wow. You know what? I'm gonna say it. They're gonna. Yeah, FDR. Clearly.
Alico?
Yeah, it screams FTR.
It's kind of funny that they're winning every tag team championships that are on the AEW tag team championships.
I mean, and technically, it's what if you want to be really technical, it's one AEW team against three New Japan teams. Technically, even though Trent and Rocky have spent more time in AEW than FTR.
Well, Rocky is technically New Japan, and Trent is technically AEW. If we're being, political about it.
Technical.
Tomatoes mayonnaise. FTR wins. Next.
Alright, we got Fatal 4-Way for the inaugural AEW All Atlantic title. We got Miro versus the Boston Pac versus Malachi Black versus Clark Connors, who is replacing Tomohiro Ishii. Who wins for this?
Not Clark Connors. My question is, where's the AEW All Pacific Championship?
I'm waiting for an Auto Continental Championship. Because we got the Intercontinental, but not an Auto Continental.
Because that would be like. Pretty soon it'll be the AEW Galactic Championship.
I mean,
God,
we have a Universal title, so.
Who? I think this is Miro, given that he's just recently come back. However, Malachi has the House of Black and that momentum, so Malachi Black.
Here we go.
I swear mine's think alike. Cause I'm like, this gotta be Malachi, right? Like,
If Malachi's not winning, I'm turning this pay-per-view off.
it depends. I'll say Malachi has to pin Clark Connors, right?
I mean, he could beat Pac as well.
No, Clark's taking the pin. He ain't got no choice.
The question is, would the result have been different? Will the result be different because of Connors, or would AEW had the guts to put their brand new championship on somebody who's not a member of the AEW roster?
Right. I mean, New Japan would have done it, but I don't think AEW is that brazen.
Oh, really?
I mean, if this is the Forbidden Door where anything can happen. I really think it would have been Ishii. I think they would have had the balls to do it.
Yeah, if it was Ishii, yeah. And then he drop it the next show.
I can see that happening. Alright. Fatal 4-Way for the IWGP World Heavyweight title. Kazuchika Okada versus Adam Cole Gabe Bay versus Adam Page. Cowboy said versus Jay White. Who wins here?
This is the biggest example of AEW's motto for this event: get everybody we can on the card. Um,
I feel like you could have used Okada so much better than just putting him in a title match that we know he's not going to win.
that you know what? I'm gonna say Okada.
Mm-mm. What say you, Kalico?
Jay White. He's the man now. I mean, I kind of see Okada getting it back eventually, but not right now. Because at the end, Jay White is gonna pin Adam Page.
Ooh.
My thinking on this is there's going to be something so brazen, so shocking for the sake of shocking.
It would have to be like Adam Cole helping Jay White.
And I think it's. I mean, the question is, what's shocking to us might not be shocking to them or to the fans in the arena. Now, seeing
White comes to the
Okada.
ring. Paul White aligns himself with Jay White as his uncle, and he
The
becomes
White,
Bullet Club.
the White Knights. Okada winning back the title on American soil?
It's been done before, so.
Alright, then fuck them. They all lose. They all pin each other at the same time. A double pin.
I think that's a quadruple.
No. White will pin Page. Okada will pin Cole at the same time.
Kaliko, who wins? You said White, right?
It's all White.
If it ain't White, it ain't right. Wait.
And the last match, probably the main event, interim AEW World Title match. Jon Moxley versus Hiroshi Tanahashi. Who wins, Scooter?
It's gotta be Tanahashi. It has to be.
Why does it have to be Tanahashi?
Because they're still trying to bank on Punk Tanahashi. We're not gonna get Punk Kenta. The G1 is gonna factor into this, and I'll say this. Well, let me make sure something here. Okay, if Moxley wins, Tanahashi's winning the G1.
Really? Ooh, I mean, based on the grouping, it's possible.
I truly believe the G1 defense match will take place at All Out.
Oh, I see what you mean.
It's or at least there'll be two. One for the Tokyo Dome, one for the show Japan at the end of the middle of August, and then one for All Out in September.
And obviously the one that Kenta just carries around like forever.
Oh, yep.
Kaliko, what say you?
So Yeah.
Oh, no, it's good. I got you.
No, I keep backtracking on my words. I'm sticking to it. Tanahashi.
Alright, Rico.
I would have said Tanahashi until I saw an article on Moxley on ESPN. Moxley. They basically went in depth about his alcohol addiction and him fighting it. So if that doesn't scream Moxley's getting that title, I don't know what will.
Well, it's because he just posted a thing on Renee's show about his sobriety. He went in depth himself into it. So
Yeah, but you know how, like ESPN, they go in depth with it. So I think, yeah, he did it a couple days ago. I think it just happened to coincide with the fact when they released this article. So those arrows to me point Mox
I just
because
think that
it's the redemption of coming back from something that he considered his hell and getting the title. And keep in mind, he hasn't won the title since then.
true. I just don't see them putting the title on somebody that isn't AEW. And I know it's interim, but you're gonna have Tanahashi absent for the next month and a half with the G1, and I don't see that that's something that they would be interested in doing.
I mean, they'll do it for Impact. They'll have Kenny win the title and be gone for 8 months.
Well,
So, yeah.
that's Impact.
see, but here's the thing: Tanahashi wins, he will be replaced in the G1.
Will he though?
Oh, I think absolutely.
Hmm. They usually.
And watch Kenny take his place.
Ooh. Wait, Omega or
Now I got
Goto?
now I got to look at the grouping because based on his grouping,
He's C
um,
blocked.
which is
It,
who?
Well,
Aaron, Kenta and
hold on.
ZSJ.
Well, we'll get
Ooh.
into the G1 in one moment. Let's just get out of
Oh
here.
God, we're gonna be here till tomorrow.
We'll keep it
Yeah, we
short.
are.
We'll keep it short. That'll conclude our coverage of the Forbidden Door event. Catch us next week as we review it. Woohoo! And we're wrestling with the NJPW G1 32. It's here. And it came back with a vengeance since the borders opened up. So I'm gonna list the names. You give me maybe like a one word thought process on that person, and then we'll just kind of have a free fall. And obviously, we'll pick people. Maybe not this time, but maybe next week, depending on.
Actually, we could pick the final four because the one good thing about it is that the good news is it's 4 blocks, so it kind of gives it that World Cup feel. And it gives the people who may not have had a chance a better chance. The bad news is it seems more predictable, and Yoshihashi can possibly make the fucking this amount of
All right, let's get into it.
money. Just saying.
We got A block. Kazuchika Okada, Kaliko.
Winning the block. Hello. He's Okanos.
Scooter.
Mm, yeah, he's winning the block.
Toru Yano, Kaliko.
Funny man who could possibly win it, but ain't gonna win it. But he'll make it fun.
Dark Horse, obviously. Scooter.
Yeah, a dark horse.
Filthy Tom Lawler.
Why? No, Jim Neidhart's dead. Tom Lawler from MLW.
He's been
The
in
former UFC.
he's been in New Japan for maybe the last 2-3 years.
Has he?
Yeah, he's the never openweight champion in America.
As in, he's never going to be a champion in America again.
Oh.
God, how is it that you can spend 3 years in Japan as part of New Japan and still not have people know who you are?
I know. That's a lot about him.
So the word to describe him is next.
Who? That's exactly who.
Jeff Cobb.
Workhorse.
Middle of the pack finisher.
Interesting. Jonah.
Jesus! Well.
Olico.
2 words, growing pains.
Bad Luck Wale.
Bad luck.
Ref puncher? Announcer beat up? Announcer knockout?
True name?
Evil.
Yeah.
Lance Archer.
Workhorse B.
Scooter.
Vance. As in, he won't advance.
Alright, let's talk about this block a little bit. Kind of seems like the Gaishing block. As there's only 2 Japanese wrestlers in it. And more than likely, one of those Japanese wrestlers is going to win their block, i.e., Okada. You have Jeff Cobb in there who literally ran the whole block last year, winning every match. He has to have a strong performance in this one, right, Kaliko?
Yeah, he has to. The block he's in, it's very formidable because honestly, with this block, the only person that's really it seems like it's just Okada and everyone else.
Right.
But the thing is like who's that battle guy? Who's gonna make it hard? Who's the guy that's gonna make it hard for Okada to win the block, right?
But it can't be Jeff Cobb again, right?
It could be. New Japan is not they're not above redemption. Keep in mind,
I mean, if we're talking redemption, then wouldn't you have to consider Bad Luck Fale too?
True.
True, but Fale. Well, they were in the tag. They were in the tag. They were in the tag division, so it's kind of like unless they rebuilt Fale. Like if this was Fale 8 years ago, I definitely could see your point.
So like a Bad Luck Fale Mignon.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. With some lobster. But the second place person's got to be either Cobb or Archer.
That's what I was going to recommend. I mean, Archer has the experience to go deep into this one. So why not put him, maybe even give him a W over Okada, but have Okada
That's
still win.
Yep. And that's what I'm trying to figure out. Who would be the one to beat Okada?
I mean, nobody would bat an eye if Yano won. Okada. Let me rephrase that. If Yano beat Okada in their match.
True. But I feel like Yano would, if Okada loses to Yano, that would cost him the block.
Not necessarily, depending on who, because all these matches are more or less 50-50, except when it comes to Okada, which is probably a solid 75, and maybe even Jeff Cobb at a solid 75 at this point, considering what he did last year.
True. So you're thinking Cobb, Okada, whoever wins the block?
I'm thinking Okada Archer. I see maybe Archer has to beat Cobb to get to the finals. And he does.
Oh, that I. Okay. All right. I left that ride.
And obviously, Jonah, I don't think he's going to make it play a factor in this tournament. I think he's in that Michael Elgin position. Well, they'll give him maybe 1 or 2 wins, and the rest will just be loss after loss after loss.
Oh, I was gonna say the Juice Robinson treatment because they fucking worked him his first one.
Very true.
But
Wait, hold on. I have a quote here from Archer.
Did someone say my name? It's me, Archer. I'll win the block.
Damn it! Damn it! Womp womp.
So,
Moving on.
we are unanimous. A block. Kazuchika Okada winner.
Yes.
yes, he's the defending champ. Why wouldn't he?
You can't spell Okada without A.
Oh, that's like somebody been watching the verses yesterday. You can't spell a Mario without Mario. Oh my god! All right,
Alright,
Oh boy!
that's enough Black Twitter for the day. Next.
we got the block up next. Jay White, Kaliko.
I don't think he's winning the block.
Ooh. Scooter.
He's the IWGP champion. Should I would say he's winning the block for bragging rights, but if the champion wins, who does the champion challenge?
Cheeseburger.
Did Cheeseburger get the main event at the fucking Wrestle Kingdom, boy? Boy.
And in other news, James woke up. God. B block.
Tomohiro Ishii. Scooter.
Or if he's not replaced, he'll be replaced. Yeah, that's it. By the way, Okada's opponents are being listed as the Murderer's Row of Hosses.
That's not inaccurate. Alright.
Okay.
Kaliko. Sonata.
I'm torn. I think he's gonna win the block. I don't. If there were ever a time for him to win a fucking block, this would be it. Um, yeah, I think he could win the block. Block winner tonight.
Scudo?
Great mileage.
And we got
Yeah, he can go.
Tama
Yeah, he'll go.
Tamatanga. He had his best showing 3 years ago. He should have. I don't see it happening. Solid.
Yeah, he's there to make people look good.
the Great Khan.
Surprisingly,
happy to be there.
Chase Owens.
Really happy to be there.
That man is Kevin Owens' brother.
He doesn't even look like him. Or maybe a little bit. And Taichi.
Dark horse.
Great for balancing your chakras.
Honestly, I think you're right, Kaliko. This is the block that will, essentially, maybe give us the best matches. But maybe Sonata is the one that actually produces something. No.
Right, and the only reason I think that is because it's too many. Let's see, Chase Bullet Club. Other than Tonga Bullet Club ish, and Jay White. So it's like three of those guys. Tai Chi, of course, he's his own thing. Ishii's Chaos. Somebody from Lij is repping it. I don't think it's going to be Naito. Um, so I think it's his to lose. It's either him or going to be him or Tai Chi. Because I think Jay White is going to have the belt for a while, and his ticket to Wrestle Kingdom is set. So it's just a matter of getting that shock factor in the sense of a surprise block. And this is a great matchup block. I mean,
Right.
they can go except for Chase, but everybody else can go.
Is it me, or does New Japan have a tendency to kind of tell us who the front runner is in the first match?
Oh, yeah.
Because the first match of B Block is Sonata and Jay White. And I believe in the past, that first match has always had the winner.
Not always, but it's a clear indicator of
Who's gonna win it?
Yeah.
Because at one point, Toru Yano was in the fucking lead of New Japan, so come on.
I mean, you could eliminate Chase Owens. He's not winning. And Tamatanga. He's not winning. Tomohiro Ishii's just there to beat people up and spoil somebody's block.
And this is, of course, assuming that Ishii is
Healthy.
okay to compete. Yes.
Right. Tachi and Great Khan could be dark horses, but I mean, it kind of seemed like it's Sonata's to win. And I don't know how they're doing this, but if he does win, he has to wrestle Okada in the semifinals, no?
Sonata.
Depends on the CD winner. Because I mean, is it AD versus CD?
It is. They've. I think for the block winners,
I don't think they
and
released the schedule yet.
yeah,
I
and
put
I think there may be 2 wild cards, or at least 1 wild card.
I put it this way: if Sonata beats Okada, it has to be in the finals.
Right. He has to win it, honestly.
Yeah, he has to literally win it beating Okada.
Right. Alright, so I'm choosing Sonata. Kaliko, Sonata,
Sonata,
Scudo.
Sonata.
Alright, we got C Block,
Oh shit.
yeah,
Hiroshi,
C block. What the fuck? That's a
Hiroshi
WTF
Tanahashi.
block.
This is God. This is the prison block. Like, damn, stay away from them.
Alright, let's go through the names. Hiroshi Tanahashi, Hiroki Goto, Tetsuya Naito, Zack Sabre Jr., and Hanare, Kenta, and Evil. I mean, these are a lot of great guys, and it kind of seems like they're less than because they're not in A or B block. Am I wrong here in thinking that?
I feel like remember we always had like which block was Murder Road block. I feel like this block is the most even block. All
Right.
things considered, because Tanahashi's not as spry as he used to be. Naito, it depends on what you get with him. It depends on how engaged he is. Evil, not really living up to potential. Same with Goto. Zack Sabre Jr. is 50-50. Kenta literally carried the U.S. briefcase. And then Hanare.
Right. And the interesting thing is, I don't see like any new matchups here. You know, Naito has wrestled all these guys multiple times. Um, Kenta has wrestled all these guys multiple times. Um, I mean, everybody is well acquainted with each other, no?
That's why I think it's an interesting block. Because this is the toss-up block. You can make an argument for everybody winning this block.
You're not wrong. Well, maybe except Aaron Hanai.
Yeah, except him. He's done.
Right.
But the rest, yeah, you can, and you can make this the argument that uh, Scooter had. If Tanahashi wins, they'll pull him out and put someone else in, and that makes Naito a favorite. Or if he loses, he could win this block and very well win the tournament.
The only person I see in Naito's way is Kenta, honestly. I see this either going Naito or Kenta's way.
If they're trying to go, yeah, okay, yeah, Kenta's the robot. I think Kenta. If this format had been happened when Kenta first got back, he would have won the block.
Hmm.
Easy won the block. Uh, he still has a shot. It's just not as high. Um, but I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. We'll go Kenta because there's got to be one Bullet Club guy, and why not Kenta?
I'm split between Naito and Kenta. What say you, Scooter?
I'm split between Tanahashi and Kenta.
Interesting. And then we got D Block.
D block. I feel like this is the light heavyweight block.
These were all the people that were on the pre-show matches last year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Jesus Christ.
And Juice Robinson and Shingo Takagi.
Shingo
Yes.
was in there last year. Well, let's go through it. Will Ospreay, Yoshihashi. What's your thoughts, Kaliko?
Why is he even in this shit?
He's a warm body. Shingo
They,
Takagi, David Finlay, Juice Robinson, El Phantasmo, and Yujiro Takahashi. You, me and you, Kaliko, we had a conversation off there about how this block is maybe the one that's interesting you the most. No,
it's interesting to me because of the whole Juice winning the U.S. title and having it vacated portion. And to me, I could see an Osprey Juice Finlay love triangle for the U.S. title, considering that Finlay has something to prove now. Because Juice leaving Finn Juice and joining Bullet Club, it propelled him to the title,
right?
a title, right? So, considering if Finlay beats Juice, Juice beats Will, you can make the argument of a three-way match at Wrestle Kingdom.
Right.
Maybe down the line.
You're not
But
wrong, and I feel like Finley's been trying to prove something for his whole duration in New Japan. I mean, he always comes up just one smidge short, always, whenever he's doing in New Japan. I mean, he literally had to give himself a trophy for a make believe C block a couple years when he was in the tag matches for the G1. So, I mean,
yeah,
there's always been that, you know, needing to prove himself.
true. And with the interesting part is El Phantasmo's in it, and he's the light heavyweight champion. And they always put him in there to see if they can hang with the big boys, like they did it with Will Ospreay.
Right,
Ospreay's a U.S. champ, so the issue with this is that you got a guy who you could clearly see as a favorite, Takagi, and Ospreay.
right. I mean, those are your front leaders out clearly.
Um,
Scooter?
I think, man, yeah, Scooter. Let's see what
Uh,
you say, because
I,
I'm like, yeah,
I honestly, I think D Block. I think it's Takage or Robinson.
You know, you might. I could see Robinson, especially with
yes,
everything that's been happening with him as of late. And like you said, Kaliko, a Bullet Club guy. We need a Bullet Club guy in this. But if Sonata or Naito is going to go deep in this, Takagi is going to obviously take an L and sit one back because they're in the same faction.
right.
Uh, uh, I mean, could could we see David Finlay possibly running away with it?
Oh, hell no.
If Finlay wins
I,
it, it would be uh, honestly Finlay beating Osprey and getting the U.S. title would be the best case scenario.
Right. Because, I mean, a win over Juice Robinson,
Setting up the story with him and Juice.
a win over Juice Robinson is all fine and dandy, but you need to take a W on Will Ospreay or Takage in order to be considered in contention for this block, honestly, because they're your heavy hitters.
Yeah,
I mean, El Phantasmo definitely a shock to be in there, but it kind of seems like they're seeing what this guy could do in order to get him up to the to the heavyweights and kind of do more with him, no? Because he could ultimately replace Jay White at some time in the future in that, number one position in Bullet Club. Agree or
Who,
disagree?
Juice?
No, Cosmo.
Oh, no.
Why?
No. And the reason being is because Jay White, I feel like this was, think about it this way. Jay White joined Bullet Club literally before Kenny left. So what, 2018? 2018, 2019?
Well, Kenny was the one who initiated J1 into Bullet Club.
Right. So it was almost like a passing of the baton for him to be the leader. And it was a 3-year
Yeah.
stretch to become
Yeah.
the leader.
Right.
So if you think he's just going to give it up now?
Well, no, not now, but down the line. This isn't happening
Uh,
now.
I define down the line because I feel like Jay White's going to have that shit on lock for a good
You
3 to 4
mean
years.
next 5 to 7 years?
Eesh. Depends if he moves up to heavyweight.
Right.
Because it was because we could keep in mind we were like that with Lij when we thought Hiromu was going to be the leader at one point, but he never really got out of the light heavyweight scene or the junior heavyweight scene.
I think they're just waiting for Naito to retire at this point to give
But
to hand off that leadership role to Hiromu.
True, but nah. If it was ever a time to be had it given to him, it was when he was trying to fight evil for the honor of her Naito. But um, maybe down the line, we'll see. It depends on what he does. If he moves up that beyond junior heavyweight, if he goes to never open weight or open weight in the next 2 years, I believe it. Until then, no.
Alright. Yujiro ain't doing shit in this tournament, no?
Nope.
And
No.
Yoshihashi?
No, fuck Yoshihashi. I'm surprised. They could have picked anybody. I would have took like Adam Cole over that motherfucker. But whatever. I would have took. Do you know how many motherfuckers I wish I had a took over here?
Yes, you do.
I would have fought in the G1 over Yoshihashi. I'd take Daniel LaRusso over Yoshihashi.
Wow.
I'll take John Kreese over Yoshihashi.
I'd, I'd take goddamn Sasha Banks over Yoshihashi.
I'll take Mother Teresa over Yoshihashi. I'll
You
take
know what I'm
Betty
saying?
White over Yoshihashi.
You know what I'm saying? You know how many motherfuckers I take over Yoshihashi? Anyway, he ain't winning. So let's figure this out.
That
Who's
being
winning
said,
D block?
who wins Kirito?
Oh man, I'm torn between Takagi and Osprey because those two are head and shoulders above everyone else. So I'm gonna go Osprey because they gotta have a Gaijin, and why not have him?
Yudo?
I think it's Robinson.
I agree with you, Scudo. I think Juice might actually win D block. Because it can't be Takage. And Osprey is the only one with a painted uh, a bullseye on his back, being the champion, and Juice has this new attitude, it seems like he would be the most fitting. So I'll go with Juice as well. Right when everything is kind of settled and we know if A block is fighting D block or B block or C block or F block or
Yeah, the
Z block,
semifinal seed.
Z block, when that becomes a thing, we'll see who will win what, and obviously the eventual winners when that information will become available to us. Um, until then, that will conclude this episode. If you like what we're doing, please like, subscribe, comment, or on YouTube or Castbox. Of course, this was sponsored by Rogue Energy and Clear Water Coffee. And you know what? Thank you just for listening and sticking with us. And obviously the last 3 weeks we've been dormant, but we're trying to give you, some lighthearted insight on everything on pro wrestling, a sport we all know and love. And of course, you can follow the show at Wrestling with E, both on Twitter and Instagram for uh, latest interviews, links to those interviews, when we're interviewing people, etc., etc., etc. Follow me at JamesJ993. Where can you find Kaliko?
You could find me trying to train my vocals to be like James' deep, manly voice at I Am Khalifa.
Where can we find Scooter?
Just want to mention there's something big coming. No spoilers yet. There's something big coming. You gotta stay tuned for it. Find me on Twitter at Scooter Dust. Find me, James, and now my nephew, Ryan Dust, as the triumvirate that hosts the Remix on YouTube, the only premium audio companion experience for all your premium live event needs. And of course, find me, Enrico Constantino Jr., and the rest of the clan of the Smoking Dragons over on Twitch, twitch.tv/Smoking Dragons.
Or Kaliko Yachts and Scooter Dust. I'm James Shea, and this has been Wrestling with Entertainment.
We love you, James.
Hey guys, this is Brutal Bob Evans from Hangs with Bob Seminars and TheWrestleLife.com, and you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment, one of my favorite podcasts in the whole wide world.
Hey folks, this is the Colossal Mike Law, and you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment. Enjoy the show, support these guys. We appreciate it very much. We'll see you at ringside.